Most men think gifts, texts, attention create attraction. Wrong. That's desperation. Desperation kills desire. Attraction is primal, emotional, hidden in signs. Today I'll expose them, step by step. Here's the truth. Attraction isn't about chasing. It's about reading the signs and responding with calm strength. And most men miss those signs completely. That ends today. Because I'm breaking it down for you, step by step, the 7 hidden signals that prove when a woman feels that primal pull toward you. Not only will you learn to recognize them, but you'll discover exactly how to amplify attraction without chasing and transform that spark into deep obsession. No games, no guesswork, no confusion, just a clear roadmap. Stay until the end for one text line that multiplies tension instantly. You don't convince a flame to burn brighter. You protect the spark and you let it grow. That's the principle of Stoicism applied to attraction. Stoicism isn't about being cold or robotic. It's about being calm, centered, and unshaken. Most men panic when they notice interest from a woman. They chase, they overtalk. They collapse under pressure. And every time they do, the fire dies. A Stoic man doesn't collapse. He doesn't beg. He doesn't need to prove himself. He stays still in the storm. And in that stillness, desire grows stronger. Remember this. You control your presence, your pace, and your boundaries. You don't control her feelings directly. But when you master what is yours to master, your focus, your energy, your composure, her attraction breathes. It expands instead of suffocating. Attraction thrives on mystery, on tension, on the pull of not fully having you. That is your frame. You are the calm center. The world spins, emotions shift, but you remain grounded. And that grounded energy is irresistible. That's the Stoic advantage. That's how ordinary men are forgotten. And powerful men are never ignored. If you want to know whether a woman is sexually attracted to you, don't just listen to her words. Watch her eyes. The eyes are windows into the truth. And unlike words, they rarely lie. A woman can smile at you out of politeness. She can laugh at your jokes to be friendly. But if her eyes don't carry that spark, there is no real attraction. Attraction isn't in the polite gestures. It's in the way her gaze locks onto you. Here's what you need to notice. When she's speaking, does she hold your eye contact just a moment too long? Not the casual glance, but that lingering look that feels heavier than it should. Does she glance at your lips when you're talking, almost like she's imagining what it might feel like to kiss you? Does she sneak those quick side glances when she thinks you're not paying attention? Then look away fast as if nothing happened? These are not accidents. They're signs of desire. Her instincts push her eyes toward what excites her. A woman who feels nothing will not stare. A woman who feels attraction cannot stop. Now here's where most men ruin it. They notice the look, they get excited, and they immediately start chasing, over-texting, over-talking, over-praising. That kills the mystery. That kills the fire. The Stoic move is different. You don't flinch. You don't get nervous. You hold her gaze, steady, calm, with a slight smile. No desperation, just composure. When you do this, something powerful happens inside her. She feels your confidence. She feels your dominance. Suddenly, she's not just attracted, she's curious. And curiosity is the seed of obsession. Because now she's asking herself, why doesn't he look away? Why is his presence so unshakable? Why does it feel so intense when his eyes are on me? At that point, she starts playing the movie in her head. About you, about her, about what could happen. Remember, her mouth might lie, but her eyes never do. If you can read her eyes and respond with calm authority, you'll always know the truth. You can tell more about a woman's attraction by the way her body moves around you than by anything she says. Why? Because body language is instinct. It's not rehearsed. It's not filtered. It reveals her true feelings without her permission. When a woman feels sexual attraction, her body betrays her. She leans in closer when you talk, not because she can't hear you, but because she wants to be in your space. She angles her shoulders, her hips, even her feet toward you. Her subconscious is pulling her body in your direction. She fidgets. She touches her hair, adjusts her clothes, plays with her jewelry. These little movements are nervous energy leaking out, because attraction always creates tension, and tension has to find a way out. Watch her hands. If she brushes against you and doesn't pull away, if she lets her arm rest lightly near yours, if she finds excuses for brief, casual touches, those are powerful signals. A woman who feels nothing keeps her distance. A woman who feels desire closes the gap. But here's where most men destroy it. They notice those cues, and instead of staying calm, they lunge in. They grab her hand too soon. They smother her with touch. They kill the mystery by rushing the moment. The Stoic play is patience. You don't pour gasoline on the fire. You let it catch slowly. If she leans in, you don't pull away, but you also don't rush. If she touches your arm, you allow it, but you don't cling. You mirror her pace. That balance keeps the tension alive. And tension is what turns attraction into obsession. Because when she feels pulled toward you but doesn't fully have you, her mind starts spinning. Why do I feel this way around him? Why can't I stop thinking about him? That mental loop is where obsession begins. So never ignore her body language. Words can be faked. Movements are raw. If her body is restless, if her space keeps closing toward yours, understand this. She's not just comfortable. She's attracted. One of the most underrated signs of attraction is hidden in her voice. Most men don't even notice it. They're too busy planning what to say next. But if you slow down and actually listen, you'll realize her tone tells you everything. When a woman feels sexual attraction, her voice shifts, without her even realizing it. It's instinct, not performance. Around her friends, her tone is casual, flat, sometimes even sharp. But when she's with you, listen closely. Does her pitch soften, like velvet? Does she laugh more, even at small things you say? Does her voice carry warmth, a playful rhythm, almost like she's flirting without speaking the words? Sometimes it flips the other way. Instead of softening, her voice speeds up, grows higher, gets a little shaky. That nervous energy isn't rejection. It's desire hiding behind excitement. Pay attention to how she says your name. A woman who's into you doesn't just use it. She savors it. She says it more often. She stretches it out. She plays with it like she enjoys the sound. That's not coincidence. That's intimacy forming. Now, here's the mistake men make. They hear her laugh, or the softness in her tone, and they pounce. They press too hard. They push for validation. And instantly the spell breaks. The Stoic move is simple. Notice it, but don't react like a starving man. Smile. Hold steady. Speak with calm authority. Because here's the truth. When her voice changes, she's not just reacting to you. She's testing you. She wants to see if you can hold the energy without collapsing into neediness. If you stay calm, she feels safe. If you overreact, she retreats. But when you pass that test, something powerful happens. Every time she hears herself laugh, soften, or sing your name, her body associates that pleasure with you. And that's how you move from simple attraction to lasting obsession. Attraction always reveals itself through effort. A woman who feels nothing won't invest her time, her energy, or her presence. But when she's attracted, she'll find reasons, sometimes obvious, sometimes subtle, to be near you. Pay attention. Does she accidentally show up where you are? Does she linger after a group conversation ends, almost waiting for that one-on-one moment? Does she ask questions that don't really matter, just to keep you talking? Or suddenly take an interest in something you're doing, even if it wasn't her thing before? These aren't random behaviors. They're signals. She wants to stay in your orbit. Now here's where most men sabotage it. The moment she shows up, they flood her with attention. They over-explain. They rearrange their schedule around her. They smother her until the attraction suffocates. The Stoic move is the opposite. You don't chase. You don't over-celebrate her presence. You remain calm, centered, unhurried. If she lingers, let her linger. If she asks questions, answer lightly, then pivot back to your world. If she wants to walk with you, you lead. I'm heading out in 5. Join me if you want. You set the pace, and she chooses to follow. Why does this work? Because every time she invests her energy to be near you, her mind justifies it. She starts telling herself, why do I always want to be around him? What is it about him I can't resist? That inner dialogue fuels attachment. Think of it like gravity. A strong presence doesn't chase planets. It pulls them naturally into orbit. The same is true here. If she keeps finding reasons to circle back, it's not coincidence. It's attraction revealing itself. So remember, a woman who wants nothing will vanish quickly. A woman who feels desire will make the effort to stay close. Your role is not to chase, it's to stay grounded so her effort transforms attraction into obsession. One of the strongest signs of attraction hides inside jealousy. A woman who feels nothing for you doesn't care who you talk to, who texts you, or who else is around. But when she's attracted, even if she tries to hide it, that spark of jealousy slips through. Watch closely. When another woman enters the picture, does she suddenly go quiet, as if she's listening carefully? Does her tone shift when she asks, "Who was that?" Or, "So you two are close?" She may laugh it off, but her eyes will always give her away. Sometimes, it comes as teasing. She might joke about another girl, pretending it's casual, but really, she's testing you, trying to figure out where she stands. Other times it shows as competitiveness. She tries to outshine whoever you're giving attention to. That drive isn't random. It's attraction, fighting for its place. Now, here's where men fail. The second they sense jealousy, they rush to reassure, "Don't worry, I'm only into you," or "She's just a friend." That kills the mystery. That makes you predictable. The Stoic move? Stay calm. Don't explain yourself like you're on trial. Hold your composure and let her feel that tension. Because tension builds obsession. When she doesn't know exactly where she stands, when she feels the risk of losing your attention, her desire intensifies. Think of it this way. If she feels nothing, she won't care. If she feels everything, she'll care. Even while pretending she doesn't. That quiet jealousy, those little questions, that subtle tension, that's proof she's invested. So remember, jealousy isn't weakness. It's a sign. A signal that her emotions are awake, that attraction is alive, that her mind has already started circling around you. Handle it with strength, not reassurance. And that's how you shift her from simple interest to deep obsession. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, her walls start to come down. She doesn't just keep the conversation light. She begins to open up. She starts sharing things she doesn't share with everyone. And that's not random. It's attraction moving deeper. Listen for the shift. At first, she might tease, joke, or keep it casual. But as her desire grows, she'll start letting you in. She'll say things like, "I don't usually tell people this," or "I feel like I can be myself around you." Those are green lights. That's her subconscious saying, "This man makes me feel safe. This man makes me feel something." She'll share personal details, her fears, her dreams, her struggles. She may even ask deeper questions. What do you really want in life? Or, what makes you happy? That's attraction pulling her curiosity beyond your surface. But here's where men ruin it. She opens up, and instead of listening, they overshare. They dump their whole life story, or worse, they try to fix her problems. That kills the frame. The Stoic play? Simplicity. You listen. You're fully present. You give her space to talk without rushing to fill the silence. When you do share, do it sparingly, with confidence. Drop one piece of your truth, then let her pull more from you. That creates mystery. That makes her feel like she's unlocking you layer by layer. Why does this matter? Because obsession is built on emotional investment. The more she shares with you, the more connected she feels. The more connected she feels, the harder it is for her to pull away. So remember, when she begins to reveal personal truths, it's not just conversation. It's evidence that her attraction is becoming attachment. Handle it with presence, with patience, with calm authority. And you won't just be the man she desires. You'll be the man she can't stop thinking about. One of the clearest signs a woman is sexually attracted to you is when she starts mirroring your energy and behavior. This isn't a coincidence. It's human psychology. When we feel drawn to someone, our bodies naturally copy their movements, tone, and rhythm. It's a subconscious way of saying, I feel connected to you. Pay attention to the small things. If you lean back, does she lean back too? If you take a sip of your drink, does she reach for hers within seconds? If you rest your chin on your hand, does she follow with a similar gesture? These little echoes aren't random. They're her instincts syncing with yours. It's not just physical. She may start using your words, picking up your phrases, even laughing in the same rhythm as you. That's not just comfort. It's chemistry. It's her subconscious aligning with your energy. Now, here's where men ruin it. They notice it, get excited, and immediately push too far. They overcompliment. They escalate too quickly. They act like they've already won. And just like that, the natural flow dies. The Stoic move is discipline. You don't break the rhythm. You don't rush. You let her mirroring continue. Because the longer she unconsciously aligns with you, the stronger the bond grows in her mind. Think about it. When her body is copying yours, when her words are echoing yours, she's literally training herself to feel closer to you. And the more she feels in sync, the more she convinces herself that being around you simply feels right. That's the seed of obsession. Because once alignment feels natural, attraction isn't a choice anymore. It's instinct. So remember this. When she mirrors your movements, your words, your vibe, she's not just showing interest. She's showing connection. And connection is what makes her crave you, chase you, and eventually obsess over you. Attraction is the spark, but obsession, that's the fire. The difference between men who get forgotten and men who live rent-free in her mind isn't looks, money, or clever lines. It's how they handle that spark once it's lit. Most men smother it. The moment they sense interest, they chase. They flood her with messages. They rearrange their life to orbit hers. They press for more, faster. And what happens? The spark burns out. She loses interest. She forgets them. The Stoic move is different. You don't chase. You amplify. You feed the fire slowly, deliberately, with patience and composure. That's how attraction grows into obsession. So how do you amplify without chasing? Here are 5 powerful principles. First, pace beats. You don't give everything at once. You leave while the room still claps. If the conversation is flowing, end it on a high note. If the date feels alive, let it close just before it peaks. Why? Because desire grows in the space you leave behind. She'll want the next chapter. Second, scarcity of access. Don't make yourself endlessly available. You have a purpose, a mission, a life outside of her. When she feels that your time is valuable, she values it more. She starts to realize that being around you isn't a tea filling a void. It is entering a world already full of meaning. Scarcity creates gravity. Third, challenge with warmth. Attraction doesn't grow from being a yes man. It grows when you have standards, and you express them with charm. Compliment her energy, then tease her lightly. Say, "You're fun, but no phones at dinner? Deal?" It's playful, but it communicates strength. She feels both your approval and your boundaries. That balance pulls her deeper. Fourth, purpose signals. A man rooted in his purpose radiates power. Show it without bragging. Let her see you training, building, laughing with friends, pursuing your craft. A man who stands on purpose becomes a gravitational center. Women don't obsess over men who orbit them. They obsess over men who stand still while the world orbits around them. Fifth, texting rules. Texting is not the relationship. It's just logistics. You mirror her investment, but you don't write novels on your phone. You save the story for in person, where your presence has impact. She texts, "Tonight was fun." You reply, "Agreed. Wednesday, 7:30, taco spot with the neon sign. You in?" Clear, direct, leading. When you combine these 5, attraction doesn't just survive. It multiplies. She finds herself thinking about you when you're not there. She checks her phone, hoping for your name. She wonders what you're doing, who you're with, why she can't get you out of her head. That's obsession taking root. Remember, you don't chase obsession. You don't force it. You create the conditions for it to grow. Stay calm. Stay confident. Stay grounded in your frame. The spark is already there. Feed it slowly, and it will burn into something unforgettable. Let S run it back. The 7 signs that prove when a woman is sexually attracted to you. Number 1, her eyes. They linger. They glance at your lips. They never lie. Number 2, her body language. She leans in, orients toward you, closes the gap. Number 3, her voice. Softer, playful, or nervous, but always different when it's you. Number 4, proximity. She finds excuses to stay, to linger, to circle back into your orbit. Number 5, jealousy. She acts casual, but those subtle questions and looks tell the truth. Number 6, openness. She shares personal details, reveals her world, and invests emotionally. Number 7, mirroring. Her gestures, words, even her rhythm align with yours. Those are the 7 doors into her desire. And here's the rule: don't chase. Tension builds obsession. If you recognize the signs and hold your frame with calm confidence, you don't just spark attraction, you ignite obsession. So the next time you're with her, watch her eyes, her body, her voice, her effort, her jealousy, her openness, and her mirroring. If those are there, you've already won. Average men beg for attention. Powerful men master it. The difference is awareness and control. You don't chase, you attract. You don't collapse. You stand calm while the world orbits you. If this video sharpened your vision, subscribe right now. Hit that bell so you never miss the next lesson. And drop the word calm in the comments if you are ready to claim the Stoic frame. Share this with a brother who still chases instead of leading. Because the more men learn to hold their ground, the stronger we all become. Be the calm center. Be the man she can't ignore. And remember, tension builds obsession. Now you know how to spot attraction and turn it into obsession. But what happens on the very first date? That's where most men crash. In the next video, I'll give you the Stoic first date blueprint. What to wear, where to sit, how to touch, and the one question that unlocks chemistry in just 5 minutes. Don't miss it. Subscribe, hit the bell, and step into the next chapter. See you inside.